Alright, so we have a new mod here up on Nexus Mods for Elden Ring. It's using AutoHotKey, and I don't have it enabled at the moment, so let me just get that started here. But it's pretty cool, so I'll show off some of the features. We're getting close to launching version 5. It's been a lot of work put into it, but I'm in the final bug checks and all that kind of fun stuff for it. So we'll just get it running. You can see now it has a config menu. It didn't have that before, so people can go in and just configure settings for the game. Of course, it overlays in the game itself, so that's kind of nice. So you can do all your key bindings there. Of course, your game settings here, that should all match your Elden Ring player. So pretty easy to put the keys in there that you set. And then it gets all referenced by the application, which is kind of nice. Worked on a debugging panel, so you can turn that on as you kind of see what's happening. We have different types of combos. You know, a crouch attack. You know, you can do it while running. So it's been a lot of work trying to tune these so they work fairly flawlessly. So you can key spam. You know, you can see that it's pausing, trapping those key spams, so it doesn't break it. It's actually auto running right now, so you can see the character goes into a run state, and then you can dodge while it's in a run state. It'll resume running. So that's kind of nice. If you don't want to have it running, you just hit shift and it stops running. Pretty sweet. The other nice thing too is it has a nice little feature. We'll just reset. You have to reset your slots by hitting shift F1 or shift F2. It has a nice little auto target feature where you just run up and hit the key at targets and shoots the whatever it is. You know, you just oops, turned it off. There we go. It's still in the tab setting, so that's a little bit finicky, but once it gets going, it's not too bad. So maybe a bit of work on that. So that's the auto run feature. That's the auto target, auto throw feature for it, which is kind of nice. You know, using your mount's very easy. I like that. Getting off the mount, you know, Control C, so you don't necessarily follow. All those features for auto targeting work as well while you're mounted, which is kind of nice. So you can just run and, you know, throw something at this guard. Now he's all pissed off, chasing after the character. Go back, swing around. Oops, just gotta make sure that you're facing them, but whatever. He didn't like that too much. Can you blame him though? But, you know, being on Torrent, you can see Torrent does a nice little dash too with the auto run. But anyways, you get the idea. So those are kind of some nice features, and they should auto target for the spells as well. Other things that you can do, we have a lot of turn that debugging back on. Control Shift A right now to pop up the menu. It won't work with the debugging menu on, so I got to turn one of those off. So there we go. So while you're in the game, you can change your settings as well. It doesn't happen when the mod loads, so you know, that's kind of nice. Go back to putting the debugging menu back on. Just make sure I didn't completely kill it. Oh well, there you go. I lost the debugging menu, but there's going to be a few little things like that to fix. I'll try to work on that, but that's not important. The debugging menu is not going to affect people's gameplay. It might come back if I hit that. The other nice feature too is you can now turn off all of your keys if you're going to go into the map. So now these keys down here, like R and Z, are going to work, which is kind of nice. Should be able to get out of the map. I'm sure I have it toggled, but let's take a look. Yeah, there we go. You couldn't do that before because those keys were bound, and these are kind of in-game settings, so toggling on and off the keys is kind of nice. So that's a new feature added to version 5, and we're just going to close the map there. Now the keys will be turned. I turned it back on, but that's fine. Just make sure they do turn off. Yeah, they don't seem to want to turn off, but that might be another bug to fix. So there's a few bugs in it, but needless to say, it's yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's got a lot of great features in it right now. Spent a lot of time working on it, that's for sure. What else can I sort of display for your spellcaster? You're gonna like some of the spell features in it. This character does have a few things to. Whoops, that's the in-game. I have a few different debugging things that you can pull up and look at stats and stuff like that. So that's actually kind of nice, you know. Trying to get some nice tools in there for you guys to see what your keys are doing. So it's not responding, so I toggle them off. There we go. So we can toggle them back on. Nope, they're completely off right now. So my toggle here is kind of being funny. But it was ever since the... There we go. Now it's all back on. So, not the end of the world. I just had to hit it a couple of times. So now we're back into that. So let's just switch items until we get some of the spell items. And we can just do auto cast by just hitting one character. And come on, you can do it. You can do it. There we go. There are some timeouts with animations that I'm trying to sync up. I'm spending a lot of work on that. These are all buffs, but the I don't have the spells, I think, set to auto lock. But I've got to remember which key I set to switch my spell hand. So of course now we've got to switch and toggle the spell, but I can't remember. I haven't been playing a spellcaster. We're playing a melee build. So, oh yeah, I can't have both menus up. Got to turn off the debugger menu first. Okay, so let's see here. It won't be in there. It'll be in toggle. Toggle spell hand is, you know, Control Shift Z. So let's do that. Control Shift Z on the debugger panel. If we can get that to work again. It's weird that it'll kind of break and then kind of work again. But needless to say, it should now cast that spell. So let's try. Yeah, there we go. So we switch spell hands, and if I shift it again, it'll go back and cast from the other hand. And I don't have it bound yet where you can hit the other keys where your spells are assigned. That might be something I put into it because it's kind of a pain to toggle and hit that key. But that's actually doable now. I should be able to do that now that I have a bunch of metadata for it. So that's probably a feature I'll work into it. But for now, you just got to toggle it, and then the character will cast a spell if it's got enough of the juice. Make him drink a pot. And that's, in a nutshell, kind of where we're at with version 5. So a few little nuances there for bugs, but I'll get those fixed up as best I can. It'll never be perfect because you don't get feedback from the game to the client to know certain states from the game. You know, it's just to help with ergonomic key binding and a few of these nice little features. But yeah, it definitely makes the game a lot more playable on mouse and keyboard, that's for sure. So I'll have this up once I do a few more bug fixes up on Nexus for you guys, and that's about it. That's about all I wanted to share with the progress on the current app. So lots of fun stuff. So I'll turn it off. You can just Control Shift X turns it off. There you go. Have you guys